Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of Vanderpump Rules Season 8, Episode 6, Your Pride is Showing. Well, this episode opens at Katie and Tom's house and we see the front of the house, and one of you guys brought this to my attention and now I can't unsee it. The porch is covered, but the front door is not. So, like, if somebody were to come to the front door and it was pouring rain, they would get soaked. But yet the roof is covering, like, where the windows are. It is so funny. Why couldn't they have just extended that roof line? I don't know. Anyway, everyone's back from Miami, and Schwartz is going through his suitcase, smelling everything in there to see if the clothes are dirty or not. Here's an idea, Schwartz. Just wash everything. Anyway, Sandaval comes over and he's got their new outfits for the Pride Parade. They're white suits with rainbow-colored sequins on the shoulders and the lapels, and yeah, they're quite extravagant. There's a t-shirt that says Tom Tom, and the jacket's bedazzled on the back with Tom Tom. The shoes are intense. Yeah. There's a lot going on there. The conversation turns to James Kennedy and how he's DJing there. And they're talking about how to manage him. Sandaval's like, well, let's get him on early, get him in, get him out. If he wants to drink after that, that's fine, but let's just make sure he's not drinking. So that's kind of their plan. Katie reminds us that it was Pride last year where he told Katie, you shouldn't be wearing those shorts either. They're not very flattering. Yeah, that was the start of the whole fat shaming season. Next, we are at Villa Rosa, and Lisa has apparently broken her toe. I guess she just stubbed it on something, but she said, tell people I broke it kicking Ken's ass. Okay. I don't even know who she's talking to, and some assistant. And she said that Brett is going to be there, and she said, maybe I could get him to carry me. That would be nice. She thinks Brett is so hot. He's not. He's not. Anyway, Lisa seems to think that all the girls are drooling over him. Just one, and she's walking up with him right now. Yeah, Scheana and Brett come. I guess the plan is that they are going to make posters for Pride because now Danica and Raquel show up too. And Scheana asks Lisa, is Dayna coming? And she said, why did you make a face like that? And she goes, I didn't. Okay, yeah, you did. So now Lisa tells Scheana not to be so hard on Dayna, and she said, I'm not. And Scheana has one of her typical meltdowns. Of course, it's, no, I'm not jealous of this girl. It's not about Max. It's not about Max. It's not about Max. I'm tired of everybody thinking it's about Max. It's not about Max. Please tell me it's not about Tom. It's about Tom. And in this case, it's about Max. In Scheana's confessional, she goes, clearly I am not jealous of Dayna. Oh yeah, clearly. Lisa tells her to try and make friends with her, and Scheana's like, I have enough friends, but whatever. And she goes outside like, she just can't take it anymore. So now she brings it to everybody who's sitting outside and makes them hear the whole story again. While they're outside making posters, Ariana shows up, and I feel like the timing is weird that Lisa had invited her at the same time those other people were there, because they don't ever interact. But in any case, she comes over to talk more about her depression, and Lisa said, oh, I was in a terrible state when my brother passed away. Lisa is trying to help her through it. Why Lisa? Why not a therapist? How about that for a crazy idea if you're feeling depressed? In any case, Lisa, because when her brother committed suicide last year, went through a terrible, terrible depression herself. So she's giving her advice. And in the end, she does tell her that if she needs a distraction, that she can come into SUR and work a couple days a week. So that's what she's going to do. Next, it is the morning of Pride, and we are at Stassi's apartment. Lala and Brittany are over. Brittany said, "This is my first Pride where I don't have to work. It's going to be fun. I just get to walk around all over the place." I know what she means. Lala said, "Yeah, I think it's my first Pride that I don't have to work either." Then we check in with James and Raquel at their apartment. James is very excited about DJing for Tom Tom. And he asks Raquel if she's going to come and watch his set. And she said, "I don't know what time my shift starts, but I'll try to see the beginning of it." Okay, this is important for later. Just keep that in mind. She doesn't know what time her shift starts at Sir, but she's going to try to see his set. Anyway, then they talk about how they're surprised that he's even DJing at Tom Tom after last year. Raquel can't believe that, after he insulted Katie, that they're allowing him to DJ. And James goes, "Katie got me fired last year and then she quit herself." Then James does an American accent. It is so good. It's so funny. He's imitating Katie. And he's like, "If you don't fire James right now, I'm out of here. I'm going to my house in Valley Village." Then Raquel asks him how he's getting along with Lala. Oh my God. Okay, so in James's confessional, he said, "All right, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know what's going on with 50 Cent. Apparently, Randall owed him some money and he's asking to be paid back right now." So James says that he didn't know it was going to go viral and he liked a lot of those tweets. Or was it on Instagram? I can't remember. And but he was liking all of them, and then he made a little spoof of it himself. Oh my God. No wonder Lala blocked you again, you idiot. In Lala's confessional, she said, "My newfound friendship with James was so brand new that for him to do something like that again was just unbelievable to me." She said that James was just trying to get likes, which is probably true. Next, we check in at Dayna's apartment, and Max has spent the night. Oh, good. Again, it's the morning of Pride, and she's getting ready. We know Max is working because he's at Tom Tom by himself that day, and Dayna is serving at Sir. But she thought she was going to go to Raquel's and get her hair done. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that when they were making posters at Lisa's house the day before, Raquel said, "I know that you have a beef with Dayna, but I invited her to my house to get her hair done with us." So apparently Raquel has a hairstylist coming to her house on Pride Day, and they're gonna all get their hair done. She had invited Dayna. When she said that to Scheana, Sheena's like, I don't have a beef with her. I just don't like her. I'm just not vibing with her. Anyway, flash forward to now, this is the morning of Pride. Dayna gets a text from Raquel telling her, "I just found out that the hairstylist can only take 2 extra girls. And I didn't know that Scheana was coming. So I'm so sorry. Thank you for understanding." Oh my God. She bumped her for Scheana. Scheana, who said, "Oh, I don't have a beef with her, but, I'm just not going to get in line behind her to get my hair done." Okay. That's just so crappy. And Raquel, you're never going to be part of the group, so I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know who you're trying to impress. Scheana? Anyway, Dayna's in the bathroom curling her own hair. Now we check in at Sir, and they haven't opened yet, but everyone's in a tizzy running around. Danica is panicked because a bartender didn't show up, and she's short-staffed everywhere because of the servers and bartenders who get to be on the float. So it's like a skeleton crew there, and she calls Natalie in a panic, and Natalie is like, "Isn't there anyone else you can call?" And she said, "No, there isn't." Side note, I'm pretty sure that Danica is wearing something from Dorit's collection. That neon mesh thing over her bathing suit. Am I wrong? I don't know. It looks very similar. Okay, so Jax is there to help out, but I'm leaving at 1 o'clock. And Danica's like, okay, but you can hop behind the bar. You guys, if I keep messing up Dayna and Danica, I hope you can keep it straight, because those two names are tripping me up like crazy. Anyway, it's Danica who is managing all of SUR by herself today. So she asks Jax if he can like jump behind the bar, and he goes, yeah, I will. But I'm out of here at 1 o'clock. And she said, okay. He's sitting on a bar stool right now looking at his phone. And she said, okay, then can you work until 1? And he goes, yeah, I said I would. And she said, okay, well, can you help prep right now? No, I don't do that. Okay. She walks away frustrated. In Jax's confessional, he's like, I don't know why all these bartenders and servers have to be on the float waving at people. Like, nobody cares. If anything, I should be on the float. He's not wrong, though, actually, because I think more people would get a kick out of seeing Jax just because he's more well-known than, like, Brett or Raquel, right? It just gives me immense joy to see Jax being, like, knocked down a peg, you know? In the next scene, Jax, well, he thinks he's meeting Dayna for the first time. But Dana's like, we met at the Madrian last year, but okay. So she's telling him about how Scheana has been to her, and Jax gives her a high five. Yeah, no, I like your attitude, he tells her. Outside, Scheana and Raquel have arrived at the parade, and oh my God, their hair looks terrible. Dayna dodged a bullet, let me just say that. I don't know who this hairdresser was, but Scheana's hair is in like 2 little French braids, and then it's in a ponytail with a really bad hair extension. And Raquel has, it looks like 2 fake pigtails. It's not good, guys. It doesn't look like a professional did their hair. Okay, now we see Lisa on her float. Well, she's in like a Bentley or something. And, oh God, Brett is next to her shirtless. And so Scheana said, you're going to regret not wearing a shirt. And he goes, well, Lisa didn't want me to wear a shirt. Okay, let me just say this. At least I love that Lisa is making him do stupid things. Because he's sitting next to her on this float without his shirt, holding an umbrella over her. So at least she's making a fool out of him. Now Lala, Stassi, and Brittany walk into Tom Tom, and James sees them. So he walks over to say hello. They all say hi, and he asks Lala if he can talk to her. And she said, okay, let me get a drink, and then I'll meet you behind the DJ booth. And he said, okay. So he leaves, and Stassi's like, I don't care that today is a day of acceptance. I just don't accept him. So Tom Tom's getting crowded now, and Max comes up to James and said, okay, are you going to start pretty soon? And he said, yeah, but I need a drink. And Max goes, you need a drink? Okay. And he said, yeah, like, you know, like soda water. And he's like, okay. And he goes, in a lime. Okay. And a little, you know. Max goes, okay. Yeah, Max heard you loud and clear. A little, you know, got added to his drink. So Lala comes over and they have a talk. James apologizes and says he knows he was wrong. And he said, I promise you that your name and Randall's name will be nothing but positive coming out of my mouth now. And she's like, okay, appreciate it. But I just want you to know that I know that you and I are just not the same kind of people. But she says, you know, okay, I accept your apology. And they clink their glasses, and Lala says, cheers. And James said, to non-alcoholic drinks. And Lala goes, yeah, I doubt yours is. Can I have a sip? And he said, can I have a sip of yours? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, now can I have a sip of yours? James, no. Not good, Jamesy. Lala goes, exactly, because yours isn't non-alcoholic. You know, I know he didn't want to let her taste it because he didn't want to get caught. But also, I mean, I at least appreciate that he didn't let her taste it, because she's sober right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really giving him credit, but it would have been really bad if he would have pretended like he didn't know and let a girl who is like 8 months sober take a sip of his alcoholic drink, you know? She probably wouldn't have done it anyway, because I don't think she trusted it, but at least he stopped her from doing it. Okay, now there's just a bunch of little things going back and forth going on. We're seeing a little bit of the parade. The Toms are in their motorcycle sidecar thing, and Ariana and Katie are walking alongside of them. Ariana is happy to be out and proud as a bisexual woman. She said it always felt weird to be in the Pride Parade, but not out about her own sexuality. So this is the first time she is, so she's happy. We see Scheana in the pink car with Peter, and I think Raquel is in that car too. So now the parade is over, and the Toms show up at Tom Tom, and they're greeted like royalty. It's crazy. And we see this odd scene that they had been teasing before every commercial, but then when they showed it, it kind of went fast. But James is calling up Raquel and just bitching her out for not showing up to see his set, because it's over now. And he's like, "Where were you?" And he's just screaming at her on the phone. She said that she didn't have cell service in part of it, and that she didn't know how long the parade was going to go, all this stuff. But now she's there at Tom Tom, sitting behind the DJ booth, and he's all lovey-dovey with her, and he said he was sorry, that I wanted to impress you, and I wanted you to see what a good job I did. It was kind of scary, you guys. I could be reading into this too much, but I don't think so. I think he's like a mean drunk. Raquel's confessional is also very revealing. She said, "When James called me, I was obviously very upset because he wouldn't hear me out. But I don't want to upset him because he explodes sometimes." All right, now we're going back and forth between Tom Tom and Sir. At Sir, Peter is asking Danica, "Where's Raquel?" And she said, "I haven't seen her at all." And he goes, "Well, she's on the schedule." And she's at Tom Tom, sitting behind the DJ booth with her boyfriend, who is so insecure. "I'm a good boy, right? I'm a good boy. I did a good job." It is not good, guys. Now James goes up to where Lisa is sitting and, "Did you hear my set? I did a good job." Okay. And Lisa goes, "Well, it's not about just doing a good job. It's really about longevity, isn't it, James?" She asks him if he had a drink today. He says no. He said he was with Raquel. And then Lisa said, "Raquel is here. She's supposed to be at Sir." And he tells her, no, she's not on the schedule. Which I told you guys this was going to come back. Earlier, when she said, "I'm not sure I can see your whole set because I don't know what time my shift starts." So he knew she was on the schedule. So he's lying about that. Lisa tells him, yes, she was. And also Lisa doesn't appreciate that James is trying to tell her what the Sir schedule is when he doesn't work there anymore. And he's just such an idiot. He's like, now he's trying to backpedal. "Oh, well, if she's on the schedule, then she's not here." Yeah, right. You just said she was. What an idiot. So I am sure right after that, he grabbed her and said, "You're supposed to be at Sir." And they go over there. And then Danica tells Peter that Raquel just showed up. And Peter's angry. So he grabs her. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She's sitting outside. I don't know. Either it's fake because this is for TV, or she got to her shift but then took a break immediately. I don't know. So Peter goes out there and he starts saying, "Where were you?" And she goes, oh, I didn't know how long it was going to take in the parade. And Peter goes, you were in the same car with me in the parade. She was. And she said, but then I went to Tom to see James's set. Now James is like, well, I'm going to leave you two to it, and I'm going to go because I had a really good set today. And yeah, okay, you keep riding high on what a good job you did. It's so strange. Anyway, he bails, and then that's when Raquel kind of said that James got really, really mad at her for missing his set. So she went there to see him. And he's like, okay, well, you're going to have to decide between your job and your boyfriend and which one takes priority. Well, I think we know. She's more afraid of her boyfriend than losing her job. Anyway, she swears it will never happen again. Meanwhile, inside, Scheana is up on the bar singing to her one-hit song, Good as Gold. Oh, God, you guys, it's bad. Earlier, Stassi was reminiscing about the year that she was in the parade on the float where they kept playing Good as Gold on repeat, and she wanted to impale herself. Yeah, I kind of know what she means. So after that, Scheana gets down off the bar and grabs Dayna to have a talk with her outside. Yeah. So between taking hits on her inhaler, she's telling her, I thought we were good. We came out here and had a talk, and I thought we settled everything, and now I just keep hearing that I'm mean to you. So it sounds like you're telling everybody I'm mean, which I am not. Scheana said, I think you're just still upset, like because that first day when everyone was like hazing you. Dayna, nobody else was hazing me. It was just you. All along, Dayna has been saying, nobody else doesn't like me. It's just been you. And Scheana keeps trying to make it seem like everybody feels the same way she does about Dayna. Well, to be fair, Danica was on Scheana's side a little bit, and I think that's where Scheana's getting the idea. But it really would just be her and Danica. Hey, I just thought of something. Where was Charli? How come she couldn't work? She wasn't on the float, was she? I don't think so. No Charli today, and no Kristen. Kristen wasn't even at Pride at all. That's kind of sad. Anyway, Dayna said, I'm trying to figure out if you're 34 or 16. Because the way you act, I'm literally embarrassed for you. In Dayna's confessional, she said, Scheana may have missed her calling as a press secretary because this bitch puts a spin on everything. So Scheana does kind of admit that she's been going through some stuff. The hormones with her egg retrieval stuff, and that there's just been a lot going on. And she says she's sorry. And you guys, this is what I say every single time. When you are in an argument with someone, if you finally will just be vulnerable for a minute and admit your faults and where you might be wrong, it's like kryptonite. It just melts the other person, and they can't have no choice but to accept your apology and, want to move on, I think. And that's exactly what happens here. Dayna even said she feels like they had a little breakthrough finally. And Scheana's like, okay, let's go get a shot and then we'll start our shifts. And so off they go to have a shot together. And that is the end of this episode. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe to Jill Informed and give this video a thumbs up. And please leave a comment. I love to hear from you. And I will see you for the next recap of Vanderpump Rules. Bye.